Here's a scenario. You love your job, but for whatever reason, you're moving far, far away. But instead of quitting, you may now have another option.
Yes, you do. I had the chance to meet up with Ivan Bowman, who was faced with this exact situation. But instead of giving in his 2 weeks' notice, he and his employer, Sybase, decided instead to build a mobile interactive communication robot to allow Ivan and his co-workers to continue to interact as if he were still actually there. Check this out. What do you do when your wife lands her perfect dream job and packs you up and moves both of you halfway across the country? Do you take a 14-hour commute? Or do you build yourself a robot so you can drive around your office interacting with your coworkers as if you were there every single day? Well, that's what Ivan has done and Ian here at Sybase. So, Ivan, what is this like? What are you doing? How much fun is this?
Oh my goodness, it's almost like driving a video game every day. I mean, my job is already fun, but this is an extra layer right on top of it. I have to be careful to remind myself not to try to mow people down like some kind of first-person shooter.
So Ivan, how does this setup work? What jobs are you able to continue doing or do from home in terms of the company as a whole?
Lately, my role has been moving into a bit more of a project leader for some specific things, and that means working with people that are reporting to me on specific things that they're working on. And the robot has really made it possible for me to keep tabs, keep my thumb down on people and make sure that they're working hard or more actually responding to their questions and go over and talk in really great detail about things. Whiteboard is a really fundamental part of what we do, where we draw pictures and we say this is how we think things should work. And if I wasn't present in any way, it would be a lot harder to do what I do. The robot has made some things possible that before just weren't possible. Okay,
Ian, when did the Ivan Anywhere project start, and why is Ivan driving around your office?
So the first thing that we tried was setting up a computer in the corner with a webcam so that people could come over to the computer and talk to Ivan face to face. But then there's all this problems of you can't go to someone's office, you can't go to a meeting. If someone's having a conversation just outside of what you can see, you can't join into the conversation. And then through a whole bunch of different ideas and different research, we came up with this.
So what components do we have on the robot? What is Ivan able to do?
Okay, well, we've got a standard still camera here. This is a tablet computer, kind of like a laptop, and it's the brains. It controls everything, keeps everything together, and Ivan can control this computer with some software that I wrote, and it talks to the still camera, and the webcam uses Skype, actually, to transfer the audio and the visual. We've got a pan tilt unit, so Ivan can move the camera around.
There he goes.
We've got a speakerphone unit, so Ivan can see and hear. And in the base, we've got two very large batteries.
Those batteries are really quite useful. They last for about 9 hours a day. But more importantly, Ian has provided a way for me to charge them up myself by just backing the robot in at night, and in the morning I can just drive off when I'm ready to go and start talking to people right away.
And this is the power station here behind you with the 2 copper prongs?
That's right. I can just show you how I back into it right now.
And you can parallel park for us?
Yeah.
There we go. Very nicely done.
Now, it's a lot easier than parallel parking because this works with what's called skid steering, just like a tank does, where you can drive one wheel forward, the other one backwards. You can turn on the spot.
Ivan, how do you find that interacting with people has changed now? And Ian, too, how do people react to Ivan driving around the office? Is he well received?
Well, it's kind of interesting. When people first meet Ivan, some people are really shy. They talk to him like he's in kindergarten or something, or can't hear him. But after talking to him for a few minutes, you realize you're just talking to Ivan face to face. And most people interact very naturally. He's very well respected.
So do you think that this technology could be employed in different offices where the employee who's coming from far away isn't necessarily someone who's already established in the building?
I think it might actually be a bit harder for someone that hasn't worked with everybody else in the office. There is a little bit of extra effort that everybody has to put in order to make this situation work, and that extra effort is put in by people that know me well, and we have good social relationships with each other that we've been maintaining I'm not sure if it would be quite as easy for someone that was coming in fresh that didn't know anybody else in the office.
Although you have established new relationships with some new employees that have been hired since you moved there, and you've even conducted interviews with people.
That is true too.
So Ian, what are some of the developments or ideas you have for Ivan to improve the robot a little bit?
One of the ideas is to put some additional proximity sensors on the sides of the robot so that as he goes down a hallway, if he goes to one side or if the hallway curves, it can automatically follow down the hallway. Another idea is to put an RFID reader right on the robot and RFID tags on doorways of offices where he normally goes to or other areas where he often goes to in the building, and that way we can track where he's gone.
Perfect. So when he drives by, his sensor will send out a radio frequency, and the sensor on the door will pick it up and send a signal back, and then the robot will know which tag he's driving by, and he'll get a signal that says, "Bing, I'm at George's room," or "Now we're at the boss's office, and we should stop talking about our weekend holiday."
Exactly. Sometimes I do forget which office I should be heading towards, and it's a little bit of a memory test to see where I should be. Automation can help me out there.
Well, thank you, Ivan and Ian. I think this is a fantastic way to use existing technologies in a way to solve communication problems, and it's a really practical application. So I hope to see more of these little robots tootling around offices everywhere.